After I wrote my blog post on data collecting using labels, someone suggested that I do a short video kind of explaining exactly how I use the labels. So here we are. Here is your tutorial. The first thing I do is I get a cardstock. I just use cardstock. You can use regular paper if you like. And then I just put the child's name. I put the year of the school year, and then I put the objectives. These are obviously are not how my objectives are written on the IEP, but this is just kind of a shorthand that I think hopefully any speech pathologist can look at this and say, oh, okay, this was this child's objectives. Okay, so that's the first thing I do. Then I put that into my notebook, which I have divided into the different groups. In here will also go their attendance and let me see what else. Oh, I usually put sticker charts, but since I'm doing the speech slides and language ladders this year, I won't have that. So that's what's going to go in here. Okay, so I've got my cardstock, I've got it in my notebook, so now I'm ready to do therapy. Okay, so I've got my labels. Let me move this out of the way. I've got a sheet of labels. Okay, this is for one group. As you can see up at the top, I've got the time, and then this group has 3 students in it. I put the date. I highlight the date so it's easier to find. And then, especially at the beginning of the year, just so that I make sure that I don't put the wrong student's data on the wrong label, I put their the initial of their first name so that I can make sure I'm not messing up. And then I just write very, very shorthanded what we're going to work on that day. We haven't switched over to just doing goals, so these are their objectives. What I plan on doing with the goals is I'll probably number the goal and then put what specific thing that we're working on. Just write that out. I hope that makes sense. So basically, if I'm working on goal number 1, I'll have a 1, and then I will actually write out the specific item, that specific skill that we're working on that day. Okay, so anyway, so I've got this, and I do my tallies, I do my data right on this sheet. Okay, so that's one group. So then the next group also has 3 in it. You can see this group is 10:30. Looks exactly the same. Well, not exactly, but you get the idea. Okay, so when the whole sheet is filled up, I transfer those labels onto each individual's cardstock. So this is this person's from last year, and you can see, you know, whatever I did with the student that day is on here. You can see on 10/31 I was absent that day, so there is no question as to if I saw the child that day or if I didn't, why. So it's really, really easy. And then at the end of the year, I take this and I stick it into, I just staple it along with like my progress monitoring that I do with the students every 9 weeks. I've got graphs. If they're working on our tick, I put those in there, and their attendance. I'll make sure I don't get the student's name on there, and their attendance. Staple those together and put them in their folder at the end of the year. So I hope this helped you out some with using labels. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at tnslp29@gmail.com, or just leave a message at the end of this blog post and I will be happy to get back with you.